Hey guys, how's it going? It's Ollie here from CryptoVest.com. Today is the 10th of October and we're going to be checking out Polymath trading against Bitcoin over 4-hour candles. Some pretty good news actually. I mean, the rest of the market is taking a bit of a downturn. Bitcoin and whale traders manipulating the price again. Although I've seen some other pretty convincing analogies that perhaps it's big miners such as Bitmain cashing out to fund some new hardware, and other people saying that it's like institutional investors cashing in, keeping the price low at around $6,000 before Bitcoin carries on, and you know, all these sort of things. But basically, at the end of the day, it really looks like manipulation. Every time we hit or we get very, very close to that downtrending resistance, it comes crashing down. If you look at last month in September, around the 5th of September, we just had that absolutely massive drop, and it fell like $2,000 in 2 weeks. Even though we were like climbing consistently and steadily all through the last month, and this isn't quite as bad as that. I mean, we've only dropped a few percent, but still, it's pretty disheartening. It's a little bit frustrating. It takes a long time for BTC to build in the way that it's been doing recently. We even had a golden crossover, and that was all looking pretty promising. And there's some good news and developments coming through. I know the SEC ETF proposal had been postponed, and we're still waiting to hear from that. But there was some promising signals, and there was a lot of things going on, but unfortunately we've just had a little bit of a dip. So the rest of the market is having a little bit of a correction right now, although Polymath seems to be doing really well, and so we're just catching up with that right now. And so basically, for those of you that don't know, Polymath is a security token issuance platform, so it helps companies create and issue their own security tokens backed by real world assets, sort of like anything from stocks, debt, bonds, everything on from there. And so recently, the sort of main problem with security tokens, they're a hugely promising industry, and it's a very growing and developing industry. It's looking to disrupt venture capitalism, and it's very much replacing the ICO market. But the problem is obviously there aren't many exchanges or trading platforms where people who have these security tokens can then go to trade them, to cash out into fiat and things like that. So there's not a great deal of liquidity right now in the market. So and many of these security token issuance companies or platforms are needing to partner with some sort of liquidity partner or trading partner, and that's exactly what Polymath's done recently. So yesterday it announced it is partnered with Netcoin, who are going to offer them a professional sort of over-the-counter trading services, so that people who are issuing Polymath tokens can actually cash out into fiat if they choose to on the platform. So a really big step, and it's a really important thing for Polymath to have in its arsenal. So yeah, really promising news, and you can see it's had an effect on the price. So Polymath actually climbing really faithfully to this uptrending support, and it's probably was just beautiful, really. And we have this 50 EMA line actually start to track along it as well, and also tracking really nicely to the Fibonacci levels. So you've got the swing high and the swing low here, and you can see that very recently we had like almost this ascending triangle inside this rising wedge, where it was consolidating really nicely against the 0.618 fib level until it broke through on the back of the news. So it just all coincided very nicely. Momentum is building still quite nice. We hit a resistance at the 0.786 fib level. It managed to break through that after it corrected, and has now started to correct back down and find support along this level. So it's looking like it'll hold here for a moment, and whether it'll push on or not depends on the market sentiment and how the rest of the market is going to go through the rest of this week. If Bitcoin will continue bearish, I'm sure a lot of other tokens will struggle to make strong gains. They'll have to have some really strong bull pushes to get them above them out of the sort of Bitcoin blues. But for now, it looks pretty good here. As you look at the shaken money flow indicator below, it's been climbing really, really strongly. Actually, it's really, really high. It's over at 0.46. And it's actually starting to climb again. There's a little bit of a correction, obviously, because of the recent sort of drop in red candles, but it's nice, still climbing, and the general trend is looking pretty promising. So we're ideally looking at the top target here for 100% retracement. So if we go off the 786 to the 1, it'll be a 10% gain from where it is right now. So it's still got quite a few percent to climb right now. So it's looking pretty promising as a general asset right now. It's one of the best performing coins in the top 100. I think Polymath is now ranked at 98, so we're just within that top 100. So it's, yeah, a really good coin, really great project, and security tokens are really making the rounds at the moment. It's gaining a huge amount of excitement. So yeah, a really interesting coin to keep an eye on, guys. For the full TA and all the rest of it, we'll include some price targets. We'll have a look at a few other indicators as well. Check that out at cryptovest.com. The link will be in the description. And yeah, please like and subscribe. Cheers.